What up, guys? I'm Sin.
I'm Joy, and welcome to Big Girl Pantease, where you get a plate of positivity with a side of bluntness with accountability for dessert because
accountability ain't a dirty word. To all of our new Pantease viewers joining us for the very first time, thank you so much for checking us out. We so appreciate it. We ask that you please like, share, and subscribe when you get a moment. And also check out, we have 2 seasons as well, plus the first episode of season 3. So go check out
Change Your Pantease,
which dropped last Friday. And to all of our returning Pantease gang, thank you again. We so appreciate you.
Gang.
We appreciate you for always tuning in. We appreciate for the reposts. We appreciate for the shout outs. It's much appreciated. And please, again, like, share, and subscribe. And we're everywhere you listen to your favorite podcast.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Watch. Wait, is it called Pocket Watch? Okay, no, don't Pocket
Do the
Watch.
Pocket Watch.
Don't Pocket Watch. Pocket Watch is not cool.
Whatever it is.
But
just
it's
watch it.
Pocket Casts or anywho. If you search for Big Girl Pantease, you will find us.
We're searchable.
Yes, we are. Give me some.
High five.
Okay, that was terrible. Oh, I had the right hand.
I didn't. My bad.
Okay.
Lefties in the house. All right. So
for today's show, drum roll. Wait, what was it again? Oh my. I need to get some ginkgo. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
Cocky Pantease.
How you forget that? We just talking about it.
I did. I actually forgot about it.
We're still a little rusty, y'all. You know, when you take 2.5 months off,
we can't use that excuse no more.
But we do see that you guys have missed us because our numbers on YouTube are
going up. Don't
amazing.
Mind me. Okay.
So thank you.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
It's lit. It's lit. Okay.
Lit.
All right.
You got it though?
I got hair in my eye. That's what I got. But
all
no.
Right.
Okay, so Cocky Pantease, right?
People bop what you got. All right, we're gonna just do this.
Okay, so we were having a conversation. You already know how this goes.
Yep.
So we were having a conversation about the difference between cocky and confidence.
And conceited.
Cocky, confidence, the 3 C's. Cocky, confidence, and conceit.
Yep.
We also always take intervention in our own lives and see, hey, where have we dropped the ball and been a little cocky when we needed to pull it back and learn something?
Yeah.
And I found at least 2 instances in my life where I needed to pull it back.
Same.
And got my face cracked.
Egg on my face.
Maybe a little bit, maybe a lot of it, but like Martin, could cost you a little, could cost you a lot, but it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
So we did a little deep dive for ourselves. And I actually started the last episode. So I'm going to go ahead and let Sin start this time and tell her business.
Okay.
And then we'll also, discuss confidence, cockiness,
And when it's okay to have both. Sometimes you got to have a little conceit with certain things, a little cockiness and a little confidence got to be merged in there. But this is Cocky Pantease, so I'm going to start with a good one.
Well, before you do that, I actually went and got the definition of cocky, which is very interesting.
Okay.
It's an adjective, okay? Someone who is cocky is so confident and sure of their abilities that they annoy other people.
Ooh.
So cocky actually is confidence until you add the opinions of other people.
That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So please, I thought I would share that. So
well,
Sin, you up to bat?
My cocky. This was low key embarrassing, but I'm really grateful that she pulled my coat on it. So picture it. 2008, Sicily, 1912.
Golden
I'm Sophia
Girls.
right now with the Golden Girls. I am at the time, I was working for an investment banking firm. I was the office manager, ran the office. I take great pride in that because being an office manager is not easy, right? Was with the company for about 2.5 years, and I was one of the only African-American people in the company, in the New York office, okay? Let that sit in. Yeah. So Diane, who was our receptionist, older woman, she was about maybe late 50s, early 60s. She was cool as hell. Me and her got along. Me and Celia, which was, head of HR, got along. Used to do our little Fridays, head to Planet Hollywood, because we worked down the block. Used to do our little liquid lunches, holding each other up, coming back to the job because our CEO was traveling and we could, have a little fun. Okay. We were cool. One day, I was having a conversation with her, and she looked at me so perplexed and kind of put her head down. And then she looked at me again, and she said, Sanaya, I want to tell you something, but I don't want you to take offense to it, but I don't think I can hold it any longer. And we've been friends for like 2.5 years. I said, Diane, yeah, we're friends. Tell me what's going on. She looks at me and she says, if you say ask one more time, I swear to God, I'm going to lose it. It's ask. It's not AX. It's ask. She said, you too much of a brilliant, beautiful, intelligent Black woman to be going around saying, I want to ask you something. I was like, ooh, and I, ooh. You know the meme that go, and I, ooh. I was like, no, she did not get me together all the way live.
You right, though.
But you got that.
Right,
you got that, sis. I was so flabbergasted. I was so low-key embarrassed. You didn't have to crack my face like that. But I appreciated the fact that she took the time to correct me, because I've been saying it my whole life. And I know it's a bad habit. I know ask, you have to take the time. But unfortunately,
at that time,
I'm going to keep it a buck. Every race has their slang. Black people, we cut words off. Sit that there right there. Sit that over there. For sure. We don't say for sure. For sure. We shorten everything. That's just how we do.
X.
But there's a time and place. And I was in corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm around clients.
Yes.
And I'm around Japanese clients. And I'm around vendors. And it's important for me to sound intelligent, and articulate, professional, and use the proper grammar. So when she said it, I took a moment, and I think she was uncomfortable telling me because she's white and I'm Black, and she didn't know how I would feel about that. I don't care about that. As long as you tell me with a good heart, you're saying it with good intentions, and you're correct. I mean, how can you be mad? I was low-key mad, though, because I thought about how many times have I been saying this without a thought, and not one person ever corrected me. So yeah, that was a time to where I was always cocky in speech. You know, you think you sound so educated. And
I am an educated Black woman.
I'm educated.
Which she is. She's an educated Black woman.
She degree in history.
Yes, she's educated.
But a lot of people are educated and dumb as shit. So I don't like to preach that whole thing. You can have a degree, you can have a Juris Doctorate and be dumb as hell. So
three smarts.
Yeah.
Books, street smarts, book smarts, and common sense.
And a lot of people
common sense
don't
ain't
have
that
common
common.
sense. Yeah, it's not that common. So yeah, so she corrected me, and it's something to this day. Every time I say ask, I literally take the time, and I do it that way because I don't want to say ask. And I was super embarrassed, but I was really grateful. So sometimes you have to correct people in love.
Let me
and
ask
I appreciate
you something. No, I'm fucking.
You know what? You can ask me whatever you want, best friend, but don't say it when you're in a corporate setting.
Don't ask.
Don't do that.
No, my mom's hilarious. She always says, because I would have that bad habit too. My mom's like, don't ask me, you're gonna kill me.
That part.
And I was like, oh, you funny.
Yeah.
Ass.
Yeah. Ass.
Yeah.
So that was my first face crack.
Oh man. One of my face cracks. I can't even believe I'm telling this story. All right, so
do I know this story?
Yes, you're a part of the story. I love me some. Shut up.
This one is going to be as funny as swappy. Your outfit don't match your suitcase.
All right,
this is one of those. Go ahead.
I love me some overpriced Chinese food. Right, love me, and I've been loving them since the Philippe's, Chin Chin, R.I.P. If you know, you know. Grand Marnier shrimp. Sorry. And I was a pescatarian for a really long time. So I started to get into like sea bass and Montauk bass and all these things, right? So whenever you're ordering something and there's no one around that loves you to tell you that, you know, something's off a little bit. So we were at dinner, and it was like my birthday dinner too.
Can we say the place?
We were at Yulon.
Yeah.
And I was still on my pescatarian shit, and I was like, and I ordered confidently too, bitches.
She confident. Her whole chest. I'm
gonna have the chili and sea bass.
And my face.
And then my best friend, here's the thing about my best friend, right? Here's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, okay?
But I don't have no poker face.
She has no poker face, right? She waited at least, because it was a table full of people. It was a bunch of us. So I said Chilean. I don't know if everybody heard it, but my best friend did, because she was sitting next to me, and I saw she had a dumb look, and I was like, I was like, bitch, are you drunk? What's happening? Right? No, because we drank a lot that day. We was
litty boots.
And like later on in the bathroom, she was like, look, I'm gonna pull your coattails, bitch. It's not Chilean, okay? It's Chilean.
Yeah, baby.
I was like
mortified. She was like, what?
I've been saying Chilean forever. I'm in my fancy ass expensive outfit at this expensive restaurant, and I'm out here saying pass that for Stacey.
And then she says, but then you said
some Kanye West.
But then
I don't even know how to pronounce it. Pass that for Stacey.
Then she looks at me and she says, "Are you sure?" And I said,
because I couldn't.
Because
I couldn't handle
my boyfriend at the time was Italian. And we used to go to restaurants. That's all we did. We eat. So he loves Chilean sea bass. He orders it all the time.
Chilean sea bass?
And we always laughed about the portion size because it's tiny.
It is tiny, but it's
this
so
big
good,
old
though.
Italian guy ordering this little thing that's like the size of a crab cake. So he's ordered it so many times, and I know it's Chilean.
So she knows as soon as I thought I was
she was
cute.
Like, are you sure?
I was like, I'm going to have the Chilean sea bass. And then I just felt like all this...
You felt heat. Because I was just like...
I felt heat.
No, my best friend...
You were like, it was one of those, your outfit don't match your suitcase. You out here in this expensive outfit.
Don't do it.
No, I'm thinking about my birthday. Like, I was in my cute dress. I had my new Louboutins on. I was cute. Chilean.
See, that's why it don't matter how cute you look. Sometimes it's just...
You can't be so cocky that... that's the cocky part, because when she corrected me, I asked her if she was sure.
And I'm like,
she's like, bitch, I'm sure. Because you're the one out here saying Chilean. So, folks, if you do like the sea bass, you're welcome. It's Chilean.
Yeah.
Or you could just point it out on the menu if you don't know how to say it properly.
Or just don't order it.
Nah, order it. If you like, it's good. Especially as you not. It's a tiny portion. You'll have to order more. But in that moment, cockiness did not.
It didn't win. It didn't prevail.
No. Cockiness actually made us.
You took an L, a big.
No, I took an L
because at least mine, it was just me and her at in the office. I was at her reception desk.
Well, when you had the conversation with me, fair enough.
Yeah,
it was between the two of us.
I didn't say, "Damn, bitch, what did you just say?"
Right, because then that's when I would have been like, "You gonna embarrass me in front of it was like 10 of us, it was like 8 of us." It was a big dinner. Like, we had an old...
didn't hear it, but I
no, she heard it.
I had to...
Or maybe other people heard and they were so drunk, or just...
Or maybe they didn't know how to pronounce it. Some people just don't know how to pronounce certain things. So
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Chilean
sea bass.
Chilean.
That piggyback to another one. I literally just did this, I think, in... the last episode of season 10. That is a Freudian slip.
I love that.
Lord. We're going to claim that in the name of Jesus. The last episode of season 2, which was episode 10, Wet Pantease.
Pantease.
I said it then. I think I corrected myself and changed your Pantease last week. But I have been... putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. I've been saying verbiage instead of verbiage. And I know it's verbiage. And I don't know why I have felt like I had to put a little razzle dazzle on that. But if you go back to like Wet Pantease, you'll probably hear me say, and the verbiage. And I saw the show and was like, the hell?
What is verbiage?
I know, but
who's verbiage?
Sometimes you need to not say things with your chest. And then when you say things with your chest,
choke, please.
Don't double down on it. Unless
say things with your chest. Yeah, because I said Chilean with my chest.
Whole chest. I am noticing and realizing as you get older, something that I've always known, but as you get older, you think you know everything. You don't. And it's okay to say things in a certain way to where you just say it. You don't have to say it with your chest. Because when I say, the verbiage, bitch, like...
But that's the other thing. You can't be so cocky about it that when someone tries to correct you, you are so cocky that you can't take the constructive criticism.
You have to take the constructive criticism.
I think that's really what it was. Learning. It was like, yeah, I got my face cracked. Yeah, I was embarrassed.
But I've learned from it.
But here's the other thing. That's when you're embarrassed, that's also your ego.
Yeah, it is.
You got your face cracked and your ego feels a little bruised. So instead of being like, you know what? Thank you for not having me out here looking crazy.
Yep.
Our ego kicks in and goes, well, fuck this bitch.
Yep. And
I just saved you from a lifetime of embarrassment here. Okay? You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? I mean, I know you have another one, and then we're going to talk about being cocky in a good way. So what is your what other, do you have another?
No, I have a story, but it's not cocky in a good way.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like the word cocky. I realized when I started going, and then once I looked at the definition, and it's wild that it becomes something when other people are involved. So it's confidence until you annoy other people, and then it's cocky. So I think.
But is that about us, or is it about the other person?
That's where it gets different. Yeah, see that, and I think we're actually fleshing that out in real time.
Yeah,
because it's like, like Jada Kiss said, I'm not cocky, I'm confident. So when you tell me I'm the best, it's a compliment. So even he was able to realize, like, okay, yeah, you may think that's what this is, but no, it's actually something completely different. It's my confidence. I do think that people can be cocky to the point where it is annoying. Where you don't want to be around them. Yep. I would love to see forward movement. I love to see everyone doing their absolute best. But when it comes to a point when it's like, I really don't feel like talking to you because I already know what this conversation is.
To me, I think that's where it crosses over into conceited. You can be confident in your ability to do something, but when you think you are so high and mighty to where you can't be taught anything, and you also look down on other people or speak down on other people or treat other people less than because you think that you're more educated than them, that's where the problem is. Right. And I can't stand a conceited person. I damn sure can't stand a conceited man. So what is your bad one though?
I do love a confident person.
Confident all day, but
I have to be honest with you. When I'm around someone that is very confident and I'm here for it, when it gets to the point where it's like annoying, I kind of like, okay. I'm not gonna lie.
I remove myself from.
I'm not gonna lie. It's like I really don't want to.
I can't fake it.
Good for you. I'm here for you. And yes.
But it's also how it comes off. Because some people can tell.
That was one point that I forgot. Thank you.
Some people also can tell their good news and tell whatever they got going on. And it's just a matter of factly. And some other people, they always bragging. And it's the delivery sometimes. And it's the tone and how you do it. And it's the repetitiveness sometimes. Because I've had people tell me their good news and we've been hanging out, and then you're going to keep bringing it up. And I get it. I'm celebratory for you.
Right.
But, I mean, how many times we going to keep talking about it throughout a 9-hour day?
Again.
It's like you're throwing it almost in someone's face. And that's that. If it comes off that way, that's when you're annoying the other person. It shouldn't come off to where you're throwing something in somebody's face. However, if someone is telling you their good news, you should be able to receive it and be happy for them. If they're just telling you as a matter of factly, which a lot of people just don't know how to do.
Well, here's the other thing. If your shit is not together and someone gives you good news, it can come off as bragging.
And it can.
So sometimes you have to check yourself and be like, is this bragging? Are they annoying me? Or am I triggered? Because sometimes it's not bragging. It's, hey, I'm just sharing this fabulous thing that's going on. No, I'm not going to keep talking about it over and over again, but I'm going to share it with you. But if you're telling it to a person that is not done their work, evolved, we all about transformation and accountability, they're not going to want to receive it. So that's why you also have to be very conscious of who you share your good news with as well.
And when, because... Like,
timing
I'm
is
the type
everything.
of person, after I signed the contract, after I signed my lease, that's when I tell my good news again, because you don't know where someone else's headspace is. And they may have the best intentions, but because they are having a shitty day, when you approach them with your good news, what's going on, they put negative energy out into the universe about your good news. So I'm very mindful and make sure the contract is signed. I make sure the lease is signed.
The photo shoot is done.
I make sure
the first show is shot.
I make sure the money is in my account already. Whatever the transaction is, I make sure it's done before I share my good news. And a lot of times it's not the other person intentionally shitting on you.
Right.
It's just that you caught them at a wrong time. And I'm not going to lie, being transparent, I've had people tell me their good news too. And while I was genuinely happy for them, I didn't want to hear it. And I'm sorry.
And that's real.
And that's just me.
That's real.
Because I was working through my shit. You know what I'm saying? And I had to take a step back and say, you know what? No matter what, what's God has for me, God has for me. So I've learned how to be happy in someone else's good news, even if I'm going through some things. And sometimes, a lot of times I'm noticing that helps me get out of my funk, because it makes me realize that there are peaks and valleys,
Yes.
as we all know.
Yep.
And to see someone else celebrating on their mountain reminds me how good God is, and that mine is coming too. So
Amen. And but we talked about that in the last episode, where I was saying I was a former hate.
yeah,
But that I think that comes with the territory of
gotta
it.
do the work.
My second story is actually quite a funny one. So I was a swimmer. I've been a swimmer my whole life. Like, my mom thought was very adamant about me learning how to swim when I was young, which I did. So I've always known how to swim, etc. So I went to boarding school in Jamaica. I don't even think you know the story. I went to boarding school. Actually, I went to 2 schools in Jamaica. I went to First Form, which is basically high school, and then I came back to New York. And then before that, I was in a boarding school in Clarendon called Knox, which was a straight up boarding school. So I always knew how to swim. They had a swim team, right? So I was cocky. I was like, I know how to swim. I do stuff. Girl, I went for the swim tryouts. I got dusted. I thought I could swim. I got my face cracked. I didn't even go back to the swim class. I literally,
Damn.
Yeah, that's how bad I got dusted.
They sent you packing.
They sent me packing. I thought you would have thought that I was drowning.
Damn.
It was just.
You were no Michael Phelps. You was no.
I wasn't anything near.
You wasn't
that.
even the dude in the Montgomery Brawl. You had none of that.
Nothing.
He was like, after that.
No, but here's the thing. I had that. The point was
they were
they were on point. Okay.
And he was American too?
And I was American.
So they probably looking at you.
They were like, this little cocky Yankee bitch. All right then. And I got my face cracked. And I was like, I think I was probably like 9.
Oh, that's hard to get your face cracked that young.
I was young. I was like 9 or 10. And mind you, again, boarding school, away from home, grew up in the Bronx, school. And I'm not talking about Jamaica, Queens, baby. Jamaica, West Indies, okay? And that was... I think after that, I probably put my cocky on pause, because it kind of crushed my confidence for a second.
So at 9.
I was like, oh my God.
But at the same time, well, did it make you at some point say, I can be better?
Well, that's the thing. So when I was living in Jamaica with my grandmother, and I was going to school there, Queens. It's so funny. I was going to a school in Jamaica called Queens. I went there for First Form. Anybody who knows that school, you know what I'm talking about. And they had a swim team, and I joined it. And I was still not one of the best.
Oh shit! I was hoping that this was gonna take a positive turn.
No,
and I thought she was gonna say she gelled well and persevered.
Let me tell you something.
She was like, "Nope, I still sucked.
No,
not suck.
I didn't suck.
Just was not.
I was above suck, but I was not.
Jesus.
The Michelle Phelps on that team either. Point is, you learn and you grow. My thing is, look, I can swim.
You can.
If I could swim.
I've been to many vacations with her.
And if I need, God forbid, if something go down, I'm in the ocean, I will survive.
Me, not so much. But
then we're going to put it like
winging a prayer. Like, I can
Amen. Float. Living on a prayer out there, okay? But that I'm not cocky about, like, when I see the swim team, I'm like, you go ahead. That ain't my life. I can swim to save my life, but I can't swim to win to save my life. So don't put me in that relay. My backstroke, my double, it's not it. And sometimes in life, you just have to
take the L
and be,
Don't even look over here, because I grew up in the projects in Harlem, and I was too bougie to go to the pool at 131st Street in Amsterdam. I wasn't doing it. It was too many people. I knew kids was pissing in the pool.
Oh, well,
I had a Jerry curl at the time. Oh,
you wasn't getting it. You just follow the drip.
Follow the drip. I wasn't fucking up that activator. I wasn't doing that. I wasn't gonna have a fro.
Get this on my.
Yeah. So I wasn't gonna have one of them little knucklehead boys pushing me in the water either. Because as soon as you tell them I can't get my hair wet, their whole mission is to get your hair wet. So I didn't grow up swimming, and my dad tried to teach me how to swim. When I was like 6, 7, he swam like a fish, and it just didn't crack for me. And to this day, I do love the ocean. You put me in the water. With the right person, You know that story.
I'm quiet.
I'll swim out to a boat. Did in St. Martin, no life preserver, but at the same time,
woke up, bitch was in the middle of the ocean. I was like,
yeah, love.
Did I drink? How much?
Love would make
tequila?
Love would make you do dumb shit. So, now for the good cocky, because they do exist. I'm cocky in a couple of things. I'm not even gonna lie. Cocky when it comes to, this is light stuff. Like, I'm cocky when it comes to history about certain things. Like, I have a bachelor's degree in history with a minor in African American studies. So, and I'm a politics junkie. So if you're going to talk to me about anything social studies, U.S. history, government history, policies, politics, you've met your person. I've loved it since I was in elementary school. I was in talent and gifted. Then I went to school and in junior high school, I was very involved with debate team, student council, and I just always loved politics and I wanted to be a lawyer when I was younger. So if you come to me and try to debate me on certain things like that, I'm going to be cocky because I have the education and I know what I'm talking about. I'm cocky when it comes to anything Rocky. Rocky is my favorite movie in history of movies. Grey's Anatomy, my favorite show in the history of television. Martin, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I've had people in Joy's house. We've gone round for round. People have challenged me.
That was a fun time.
Shout out to Will. He just put us in our stories. We appreciate you, Will.
Thanks, Will.
I cracked your face, though. We had a whole Martin back and forth, and I cracked your face because you thought you knew more than me. I was cocky with that. I'm cocky in the kitchen. I can cook my ass off. I've been cooking Thanksgiving dinners by myself for 13 years. You've been to four of them.
We go to her house for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, how's my food?
It's fucking incredible.
How is it when it's not Thanksgiving?
It's fucking incredible.
I can cook. I'm cocky.
She can cook.
I've been watching my mama cook since I was 9. I've been cooking since I was 9. I'm sometimes a bigger chick than I'd like to be, but I like to eat. Y'all know this. Everybody in BGP land knows I like to eat. So I'm confident and cocky in the kitchen. I'm cocky as fuck in the bedroom. Yeah, I said it. I'm not going to go into it too much because my mom was watching. But I do what I do like I'm doing it for TV when I do what I do, period. And there's no cameras around. Well, not all the time. So,
it depends.
Sometimes it depends on how I'm feeling. But yeah, I'm cocky when it comes to those things. And I stand on business. I say it with my whole chest and have no problems. And that's okay. When you know that you know that you know that you know something, then speak on it in a joking way and don't come off disrespectful or conceited.
Or like a know-it-all.
A know-it-all.
Because you won't be able to, people won't receive it
and
if
with
you come across as a know-it-all.
That part. And as a know-it-all, you're not leaving room to grow and to learn. And learning is important. We're going to learn until we take our last breath. You can learn something from a 2-year-old. You can learn something from babies. We can learn from babies how to not be prejudiced, how to just love. So as long as you're always on that path and say, okay, I'm cocky in some things. I know what I'm talking about. I know that I can hold my own in this. But if you're not so cocky, you're kind of like, I'm not too sure, just shut the hell up. Because you're going to look dumb. That's it. Those are all of my confident, cockiness.
I don't really like to I don't see myself as cocky. If I know, I know. Like astrology, Jay-Z, fashion, certain things like that. But I'm always
cocky. When it comes to
I'm
Jay-Z,
always in a room for growth. I'm always
we said because I'm cocky with Jay-Z. Nigga. As she should be, because I seen her crack many of faces. I'm talking about dudes that thought they knew so much.
And here we go. Now I've invited it. Now I've invited it in.
Joy will crack if it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Please don't do it.
That's not even a Jay-Z line.
Nah, but
when I am conscious that I'm great at a lot of things, but even the things that I am the greatest at, I am aware that there's always room for growth.
Yep.
And I think maybe because of things that have happened in my past, maybe it's hard for me to fall into the cocky thing. I'm uncomfortable with saying it, but that's my stuff, and I'm fully aware of that. I'm very confident in a lot of things, but I don't have to say it.
I'm the opposite of you. I was bullied when I was growing up. So I don't have brothers and sisters. I'm an only child. She's an only child as well. But the way I grew up, I had to think I was the best because other than my mother and my father, I had people in my neighborhood that heard I was the best They looked and saw how
You're
well
the
I
best.
dressed.
Well.
Yes. So they knew the story. They knew I was in talent gifted. They knew I was a smart girl, but they were jealous for different reasons. They used to bully me and pick on me. So I had to get a thick skin and I had to come off overly confident so people wouldn't fuck with me.
Which would make you come across as cocky because other people's opinions have been involved now.
But I'm glad it did because it made me the woman I am today.
Amen.
And I'm not talking about the cocky part. My cocky stuff, as you heard, is in jest. It's fun. It's not something I go around bragging about.
Right. No, and it's a show. We're having a show about it.
Yes,
right,
so
exactly.
If you step to me about any of those topics, I'm going to go toe to toe. If you're my man, I'm holding my own in the bedroom. If we in the kitchen, I'm going to throw down. But I've had to adjust and learn how to be confident because I had someone always tearing me down. So I was the opposite of you. I think that's why I celebrate my cockiness because I understand the boundaries and the parameters within it. And it's all joke and fun of my cockiness. Now, some of y'all out there think y'all the best thing since sliced bread. And it's okay to be positive, but
and
just
confident.
confident, but just be mindful of not putting others down when you do so.
Yeah. I think that's probably something that a lot of people do struggle with. It's like you can win without tearing someone else down.
Yep.
Like there is enough room for everyone in whatever niche or whatever it is that you're doing.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So It's like I don't have to say, "Oh, check me out," but check them out. See, they're whack. But look at us. It's like no. I'm fire, and that's it. Period.
Yep. Especially with this podcast. This podcast situation because I think a lot of times people do want to start podcasts, but they don't think that they can because I'm like, oh, that person's doing this and that person's doing that. There's room for everybody doing this. Everybody can find their niche and say what they have to say and do what they have to do.
And have their own audience.
And have their own platform.
Exactly.
And it's okay. But a lot of times we do have a crabs in the barrel mentality. Yes. And a lot of times that can bring on cockiness. Some of the most cocky people in the room is the most insecure. And like I said, it's because of how they grew up, things that they've had to go through. And sometimes you have to understand, you don't understand everyone's story.
Right.
So you just be mindful of that and understand some people come off a certain way for different reasons.
I think sometimes the overly cocky, not cocky, the overly cocky is, like she said, not to sound like a broken record, is a mask for insecurity. Because there is a saying that says the emptiest bottles make the most noise.
Yep.
And it's like, if you know you sitting on that thing, you'll find out if you need to. And that's that. I mean, but that's what.
Yeah. That's it.
Boom. And that's it. Mic drop. Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night. No.
Well, I do have one.
Oh, I want to hear this story. She got a story.
So I have a story of a cockiness I witnessed with my best friend. It's one of the funniest stories we have. She has no idea what I'm about to say.
I don't. That's why
I didn't give her any kind of inkling as to what this story was going to be. All right, again, picture it. Jamaica, 2008.
Oh my God.
It was supposed to be a trip of 4 women. 2 other women who we rocked with but were a little older than us came. They popped up on what we call the baby strip. So as soon as they popped up, we just got in the car to head to the resort. And as soon as we got in the car, the door pops open and we see them 2, right? Me and the other 2 young ladies, we're shocked, but we're not upset because we were just in Jamaica with them 4 months prior. Joy has never met these 2 women at this point, and one of the other women has a very strong type A kind of personality. Either you love her or you want to strangle her. One of the 2. So as soon as
your best friend.
As soon as the door popped open, I turned to the back and I see Joy's face, and it is instant. She's pissed. She's like, she understands that the dynamic is about to change. She feels like odd man out. She wants out of this. She's pissed off. She didn't even have to say anything. I already know her. Get to the resort. Get to the resort. I'm not going to tell what refreshments was waiting at the resort. It's just refreshments was waiting for us at the resort. It was Jamaica. You do the math. So after that, things kind of settled. We get in our room, we settle, and then we decide to come downstairs and play what is my favorite game that I've been playing and I am a master at. Another thing I'm a little cocky with, spades. We're going back and forth, going back and forth, going back and forth. And it was down to the last hand whether or not we were going to win or lose. And this one, on the last book, stands up, slams the damn card down, and say, "Take that! We won! We won!" I said, "Joy, she going off. She high-fiving two of the other girls and all that."
By the way.
Yeah, okay, you can go ahead and disclaimer all you want. She just pops the card down, and she said, "We made our 5. We made our 5. We won."
I may have even licked the card and slapped it on my forehead.
Smacked it on her forehead very calmly, without even raising my voice. I said, "We booked 6." When I say the other women fell the hell out, it's a picture
icebreaker
that exists of Joy
slapping
and
the card down.
Everybody's face is in tears. Tears are literally coming out of the other women's eyes. She was so fucking cocky. She thought we went 5, we went 6, and lost the game. That turned out to be one of the funniest stories the whole trip, and it was an icebreaker. And immediately after that, the whole thing just gelled.
Yeah, it
and
gelled.
it was actually one of the better trips we've ever had.
Oh shit, I forgot that cocky moment.
That was hilarious.
You couldn't tell me nothing. I thought we went 5. I was like, what? You can't, blah, blah.
We went 6.
Yeah, damn you, Ray and his nephew.
You could blame Ray. You could blame
I'm going to blame Ray.
Too.
I'm going to blame his
that
nephew.
To me was all Joy. You could blame.
I'm going to blame refreshments.
You could blame
get
Bob.
This. I could play me
Bob
some
Marley
spades,
all you
honey.
want to. Okay. You blame everything but paying attention to the damn board.
I wasn't paying attention to the board, and I might have been already lit. I might have been already drunk.
But that was one of the funniest cocky moments.
I thought she was going to tell. You said Jamaica. I thought she was going vroom, 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 because that's a cocky story right there. But that's not for me to tell.
That is for you to tell.
Oh, we telling stories about Jamaica?
Go ahead. That one is a face.
Here's a cocky story. She told one about me on the same trip. On the same trip, and then we'll leave you with this, right? Yeah. That's the reason why I was laughing so hard, because I thought that's what you were going to tell.
I thought you was going to have that one for me.
I forgot about it until this moment. So please, let me regale you with this fun story. So we're in Jamaica. We're in the grill, right?
I started something. God damn.
And we wanted to jet ski, right? Now, I know I definitely can respect if you don't know how to swim that you are not a fan of water, right? I mean, but like being in deep water, and I get it. So we were doing a tandem jet ski. It was, 2-on-1. So I was like, ooh, let me drive. You don't know how to drive? I could drive. And I was like, Sin, why don't you?
I think I said, you don't know, but I wanted to drive.
You were like, I could drive. Let me drive. We were in our forceful personality modes. Okay, we've softened up over the years.
We were also lit.
That too.
Because I was drinking a lot of pina coladas on that beach.
We were drinking a lot of Ray and refreshments. So she's like, I could drive. So I'm like, I bet, right?
Now do me justice going out.
We get on the jet ski, right? She booked it. I mean, she was going so far. And we went in the hair. It was a great time, right?
Splashing.
It was incredible. Buoys. We got past the buoys. I hope I probably said that wrong, but we got past the thing that you ain't supposed to pass. We in the middle of the ocean, and then she stops, and I'm like, "Come, vroom, vroom, let's go."
So you took up a diaper?
What the hell happened? She was like, Now, mind you, I'm behind Sin, right? She's driving it. Now she just stops in the middle of the ocean. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? She was like, bitch, can't breathe. I was like, what do you mean I can't breathe? It's so far out.
We're in deep water.
We're in deep water. I was like, but you knew, you wanted to drive. Now we out here.
It was different going out.
Going out. She was hitting. She was doing 90. She was speed demon. Yeah, she thought she was, what's his name? The fine one? Philip Michael, whatever.
I was Philip Michael Thomas.
She was out here. So I was with her. I was like, I was with
Johnson.
We got to that middle and she stopped. And she froze.
It was all she wrote.
And I was like, yo, what's going on? She was like, I can't, we're in the middle. I was like, what? I was like, okay. Calm down. Let me climb up. Don't you move. No. It took us.
Because I thought she was going to tip us over. I was freaking out.
Because I was going to try to get to the front so she could hold on to me and then I could zoom us back. So she wouldn't let me because she was nervous it was going to fall over. Side note, other girls fell in the water too. Yeah, told them not to do their hair that day,
and that's the reason.
Lost her sunglasses.
That's the reason why I didn't want you.
So I'm behind her. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm patient.
She was just going to kick me in the head and knock me in the water. Like
I would have had her back. Okay.
But it's hard as fuck to get out of an ocean with.
Shout out to Dewana. Me and Dewana almost fell off a jet ski and moved the same way and did not fall. But that was also in the Hudson. Wasn't nobody falling in Yeah. So needless to say, it took us 30 seconds to the middle of the ocean and took us 30 minutes to get back because she was...
I was like,
yo, can you pick it up? Shut the fuck up.
1 mile an hour. Snails were passing us. All of the people on the ocean, on the beach, all of the guys that rented us the jet ski,
dying.
They're knee slapping,
dying,
bending over in tears. It took me literally almost
like
a half an hour to get back to shore.
And I'm behind her just doing this. I'm not gonna say nothing because I was already pissed. I was already scared. Soon as we get back to the she drops me off like a cabbie, hops on, and then she's just ripping up and down. And I'm sitting there laughing. That's the jet ski experience I was going for.
You know
I was trying to...
You know what? Birthday's coming up, bitch. We're not saying where we're going. We always go somewhere for our birthdays. I'm gonna fucking redeem myself.
Well,
I'm gonna get my ass on a jet ski. That is the one thing that's it's been held in over
She's been
my
talking
head.
about that. She's like, I'm gonna redeem myself. I'm like, is it gonna be this trip?
I have snorkeled. I have parasailed. I have
zip line.
Steepest zip line in the world, which is St. Martin. I'm going to get over my fear and get on a jet ski.
And we're gonna have 2 separate jet skis.
And on that note...
No, I'm fucking with you. Okay, you know what? All right, best friend.
Have your little funky ass
I'll let you drive.
Then I can go and do my
and then we can
time,
have some Chilean sea bass for dinner. We'll be good.
You asking for me to get you some...
All right. And on that note, y'all, thank you for listening to us. Are you cocky? Are you confident?
Or are you conceited?
Like, find out where you fit in that.
And don't annoy anybody along the way.
Because then that's when you become cocky.
That part. We love you and we'll see you next episode. Peace out.
Peace.